and you have to start all over again. So that's kind of what the end of the world represents. The end of the world could represent the end of the actual world if you want it to, but more it's like the beginning, like who you are as opposed to who you end up becoming after this relationship, how it changes you, and then to reassemble yourself to something new after that relationship has completely disintegrated. So that's it's a bit heady. It's a concept album. There's no like bops. You're not gonna like bop around to it and be happy. It is a sad album. It's deeply personal. But I am working on another album called It's a Bop, and it's gonna be all bops, like literally tongue in cheek, fun, like dancing bops. But this was something that it had been sitting around for so long, and it needed to happen. And so I was just waiting for the perfect opportunity to release it. And I thought before season 2 happened would be great. Because I do play a character in Your Friends and Neighbors. I play Allie Cooper, which is John Hamm's little sister. And she's a singer-songwriter, and she's struggling with mental illness. And the best way that she can express herself is through just playing these songs at a local bar, and that's how she makes her living, and that's how she deals with her life. And so it felt like a good time to release it.
Allie is one of the only characters that I find likable. Now, the thing is, it's a great show. You don't have to like everybody. There's great plots and everything. But season 1, there are a lot of things you could relate to, because with your ex-husband, your character's ex-husband, people, I think, have either been in a spot where they couldn't let go or someone couldn't let go of you. And that was the whole dichotomy. And then this season, like just last night, I saw episode 2 where you said, I'll be over here sweating my balls off, as you're now going to be a substitute teacher. So that's kind of a nice little arc going this way now.
Yeah. We wanted to show, what she's like when she's got her stuff together, right? When she's a little put together. And, she's awkward. She probably shouldn't be teaching kids because she's got no filter. She has no filter. She'll just say whatever she wants. And so she's kind of terrified of these kids, and also of like being judged by them. And she's also terrified of how she's going to react to them under the pressure.
Your niece and nephew are there too.
Well, yeah. My nephew goes to school there, and there's many things I could do to mess it up for him, for sure. But
now, speaking as you as a kid, I remember growing up Catholic when the Pope came to Candlestick Park.
You remember that?
Yes.
Oh man.
Now, I'm a lot older than you. No, I don't remember your part. Sorry. No. But you were destined for stardom. What did you do when he came to Candlestick?
I know. So this is in 87.
Yeah.
And I was 7 years old. And my dad he choreographed this whole opening welcoming thing with his ballet dancers, one including my mom. And so we were there at all of the rehearsals. And then my sister, she was in girls chorus, and they were singing this big thing for no? Is that wrong?
Papa put me into
Dad put her in
French Catholic
the Oh, okay. So my dad
Notre
put
Dame
her,
Victoire.
put her into the French chorus, and she sang in the chorus. And then, to my recollection, so I was only 7 years old. This is what I remember, is that I was there at one of the rehearsals, and there was a trio of young kids who were singing, and I was singing along with whatever they were doing. And one of the kids couldn't do it, and so someone was like, "Well, she was singing," and so then I got the job to do this, like never having sung in front of people before. I had danced in front of people, but I'd never sung before people. And so, it was like I sang in a trio of kids for the Pope, and I peaked 7, and I've been trying to live up to that ever since. I want to sell out Candlestick Stadium again.
Well, it's torn down.
I know, exactly. Do that.
Let me ask you this, because, and this is something maybe that's just weird about me, but when I was that age, I was in a chorus, and we were on TV for this California state competition, and Bill Bixby. But I was not, the star. I was in a chorus. I just remember ever since then, and I've been in broadcasting over 30 years, I've never been nervous speaking in public or singing karaoke. And some people say they'd rather die than speak in public. So I'm asking you, when you were at 7, were you a nervous wreck, or did you kind of think, oh, I'm getting a little buzz from this?
I was not a nervous wreck. I had more courage when I was young than I had than I have now. My courage level was just like, I could do. You want me to do it? I'll do it. Like I would. I was like doing an 8-minute dance solo in a kids ballet group that went to Japan, and I was without my parents. Like, so I was very ballsy as a kid, and I had a lot of gusto, and I was just kind of way out there. It was only until later that I was taught that maybe you have to be nervous, and so now I'll get nervous like the first time I ever do something. I'll definitely have nerves there, but after I've done it maybe once, twice, then I feel a little bit more comfortable, and the nerves kind of go away. Unless someone tells me that I should be nervous, then I'll get in my head. I'll be like, I should.
Were you scared flipping backwards over the couch in your Princeton hoodie?
No. I felt like it was the best way for her to exit that scene was to just disappear behind the couch, and the best way to disappear behind a couch is just to flip over it.
Right. Before you go, what do people now? Listen, can't give everything away. And the episodes come out on Fridays, episode 3. And it's a huge hit when they put it on Friday, because that's the kiss of death in network TV, because people are out on Fridays. So that shows you how well this show is doing. So is there any, the James Marsden arc, of course, is brought in. Are there any teasers, or you just have to like zipped up completely?
Gotta kind of keep it zipped up. But I will say this is a really, really emotionally strong season.
More than last time?
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. And, for many reasons, personally and also character-wise. So it was a really intense season. And so I'm curious to see how it all kind of rolls out and how people respond to the show. I think James Marsden is absolutely fiery on the show. I mean, he's so good. He's so fantastic. And he's such a great counterpart to John. It's funny because you're like rooting for John Hamm's character, but he really is like the anti-hero. Like he's an anti-hero. Like he's doing terrible things, and then you have James Marsden, and you're like, oh wait a minute, like he's terrible.
Yeah.
Like
there's something wrong there.
Yeah. It's great. The way the whole thing just works out. And of course, my favorite episodes are usually the ones that I'm very little involved in, because I love what John Hamm gets up to. Like my favorite episode in season 1 was when he was at that club raving with Nick and Barney, and then they ran into the finance bros, and they were all like doing drugs and like talking and having a good time, and they end up on the golf course. This is season 1, and like that was my favorite episode. I was barely in that episode. I love that episode because I love when they show people's true when the faults, their faults, so strongly, and the faults really come out when they're when you're drunk or doing drugs or whatever.
No doubt. And I think it's amazing that you get to play a character in Allie, who's a singer-songwriter like you are. You get to perform in a bar for TV, and yet you perform in real life. So before we let you go, once again, Fridays on Apple TV, Your Friends and Neighbors, and where can we get the album?
Oh, yeah. So Your Friends and Neighbors, Apple TV. And then also I release the songs that I perform on the TV show so people can listen to them.
Wow.
And then you can also stream my album as well and all the other music that I've recorded. I have a lot of music out there, and it's all on all of the streaming platforms. Just look up Lena Hall, and that's Lena spelled with an E, not an I.
Very good. Lovely to meet you. And Callie, thank you so much for coming
nice
in.
To meet you. Yeah, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Great stuff. Coming up next, Sasha Gardner. We'll be right back on
This important consumer alert is from the Credit Repair Hotline, a national